I'm Christopher German for KCTV News for Monday, December 22nd. Here are the stories we're following for you. The lowest paid educators in Klamath Falls City Schools met with school officials for a day of action that could determine the financial future of hundreds of local families. And Ira Ike Shaw, one of the last remaining survivors of the 1941 attack on Pearl Harbor, passed away peacefully early Saturday morning at his home in Beaverton. And Klamath County residents should prepare for a significant winter weather impacts as a series of storms moves through the region during this holiday week. And we're now broadcasting this newscast on YouTube, so smash that subscribe button and follow us every day for local news from the Klamath Basin for the Klamath Basin. And tonight's news is brought to you by... For one day only, the KCTV will be giving away everything we have collected on Christmas Eve on December 24th in downtown Klamath Falls. We have gift cards, presents from businesses across the county to share with our viewers. We have gift cards from Fred Meyer's and Natural Grocers, a night at the Clamoya Casino, gift cards from Jay's Steakhouse and Waffle Hut and Joyful Cafe, and so much more. All you have to do is come down to the Waffle Hut from noon to 2 p.m. when they close on Christmas Eve to grab a card from the KCTV stocking and pick up your gift from not just the business community, but all of us at KCTV News and Weather. And the best part is, share in the Christmas joy. If your gift doesn't meet your particular situation, you can hang out, join the Christmas cheer, and pay it forward by trading with someone else. It's not the season until we say it is at KCTV, and we invite all of our viewers to join us on Christmas Eve at the Waffle Hut in downtown Klamath Falls. As the holiday season reaches its peak, the lowest paid educators in Klamath Falls City Schools met with school officials for a day of action that could determine the financial future for hundreds of local families. On Monday, December 22nd, members of the Classified Educator Union held a mutual aid event at the Klamath and Lake County Food Bank before heading to a high-stakes bargaining session with the district. The union, which represents para-educators, bus drivers, office staff, and cafeteria workers, is framing the moment as a turning point for employees who claim they are being forced to live on poverty wages. The day began at 10 a.m. at the food bank on Maywood Drive. Union members presented a $10,000 emergency assistance grant provided by their statewide affiliate, the Oregon Education Association. The funds are intended to mitigate the impact of recent cuts to SNAP benefits and to support the food bank, which many of the district's own employees are forced to use. Lisa Danskin, a 13-year paraeducator and union president, emphasized that 25% of the district's classified staff rely on public assistance. She noted that while the holidays are traditionally a time of celebration, many staff members currently face the choice between paying rent and buying groceries. Following the donation, the bargaining team met with district officials at noon at the KFCS Central Office. Negotiations, which have been ongoing since May, remain stuck on the issue of a living wage. The union is seeking a $4 per hour increase, noting that some of the staff currently earn less than $16 an hour, a rate they point out is lower than what some local high school students earn at part-time evening jobs. To date, the district has offered a $1.50 per hour increase. Frustrations among the staff were heightened following a December 8th decision by the school board to approve a significant raise for high-paid administrators. Union leaders argue that the district's failure to provide a competitive wage proposal for support staff on December 16th shows a lack of urgency in addressing food insecurity among its frontline employees. District officials have previously cited financial headwinds and budget uncertainty as reasons for their cautious approach to labor costs. However, union members point to the 5% cost of living adjustments already granted to teachers and the raises for administrators as evidence that the budget priorities are misplaced. If the session on December 22nd does not yield a significant breakthrough, the union has indicated it is prepared to move into formal mediation. For many educators, the outcome of today's meeting, will determine whether they can afford a traditional holiday or if, as they put it, Christmas will be canceled for their families. And a 4.5 magnitude earthquake struck off the Oregon coast early Sunday morning, December 21st. The U.S. Geological Survey recorded the seismic event at 1:57 a.m. Pacific time, located approximately 174 miles west-northwest of Bandon. The earthquake occurred at a shallow depth of about 6.2 miles within the Blanco fracture zone. This area is highly active transform boundary with tectonic plates slide past one another. While the quake was strong enough to be detected by sensors across the region, there were no tsunami warnings, watches, or threats issued by the National Tsunami Warning Center. This event follows a slightly smaller 4.3 magnitude earthquake that hit the same general area less than 24 hours earlier on Saturday morning. Experts note that the light earthquakes of this magnitude are extremely common in this offshore fracture zone, which is separate from the more dangerous Cascadia subduction zone. Only one person located as far south as Eureka, California, reported feeling the tremor to the USGS. And Portland-based Olympia Provisions has issued a high-risk recall for approximately 1,930 pounds of ready-to-eat holiday sausage. The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food Safety and Inspection Service announced the Class 1 recall on Friday after a consumer reported finding metal fragments within the product. The recall specifically affects a 16-ounce vacuum-sealed package of Olympia Provisions uncured holiday kielbasa. These sausages were produced on October 14, 2025, and bear the best if used by date of February 19, 2026. Consumers can further identify the impacted items by looking for the establishment number EST 39928 inside the USDA mark of the inspection. The contaminated kielbasa was distributed to retail stores in Oregon, Washington, and California, and was also sold to customers nationwide through the company's website. While no injuries or adverse reactions have been confirmed to date, federal officials are urging residents to check their refrigerators and freezers. Any product matching this description should be thrown away or returned to the place of purchase for a full refund. And Ike Schaub, one of the last remaining survivors of the 1941 attack on Pearl Harbor, passed away in his home in Beaverton Saturday morning peacefully. He was 105 years old. His daughter, Kimberly Heinrichs, confirmed that he died with his family by his side while listening to swing music, less than 3 weeks after health issues prevented him from attending the 84th anniversary commemoration in Hawaii. On the morning of December 7th, Schaub was a 21-year-old musician playing the tuba for the USS Dobbins Band. When the surprise Japanese air raid began, he abandoned his instrument to join a daisy chain of sailors hauling heavy ammunition boxes from below deck to supply anti-aircraft guns. For decades, Schaub rarely spoke of the trauma he witnessed, but in his later years, he became a dedicated advocate for remembrance, frequently traveling to Hawaii to honor those who did not make it home. Following his service in the Pacific, Schaub built a distinguished career as an electrical engineer, contributing to the Apollo space flight program that landed the first humans on the moon. He's survived by a large family, including a son who followed in his footsteps to become a Navy commander. With Schaub's passing, historians estimate that only about a dozen survivors of the Pearl Harbor attack remain.
Klamath Falls is a lot of things to a lot of people, but the growing music industry in Klamath Falls is one thing that might surprise you. Thank goodness we have a music store on Main Street to meet the needs of musicians everywhere. A music store on Main Street specializes in services on stringed instruments and pianos. We have the largest selection of in-stock strings in Southern Oregon. Our family-run shop since 2011 has offered internet pricing with small-town service, including new large items like guitars, amps, electric pianos, effects pedals, and more. So stop in today at 1029 Main Street in Klamath Falls or call 541-20.
We wish you a reggae Christmas.
Christmas is here at Pinky's of Klamath Falls. We have everything for that hard-to-shop-for person on your list, from clothing to artwork to to smoking accessories. We carry it all. And stop in today and you'll get 20% off your purchase and a free $5 t-shirt. 'Tis the season for giving, and everything you need is at Pinky's of Klamath Falls.
You welcome Sizzler and Shabba.
And the Oregon Health Authority has reissued a recreational use health advisory for Upper Klamath Lake after water monitoring detected dangerously high levels of cyanotoxin. The advisory, reissued this December following persistent bloom activity, warns that toxin concentrations in certain areas of the lake currently exceed safety guidelines for human and animal exposure. Health officials are specifically urging the public to avoid swimming, water skiing, or any high-speed boating that creates excessive water spray, as the primary risk comes from ingesting or inhaling water droplets. While the toxins are not typically absorbed through the skin, contact can lead to a puffy red rash for those with sensitivities. Symptoms of exposure include numbness, tingling, dizziness, nausea, and in severe cases, difficulty breathing or heart problems. The risk is significantly higher for children and pets due to their smaller size. Pet owners are advised to keep animals entirely out of the water, as dogs can be fatally poisoned by drinking from the lake or licking the toxin-laden algae from their fur. Additionally, OHA warns that standard camping-style filters and boiling water will not remove these cyanotoxins. While activities like fishing and hiking remain safe, those who catch fish in the lake are advised to remove all fat, skin, and organs before consumption, as toxins are most likely to accumulate in those tissues. And around 8,500 people gathered at Stonehenge early on Sunday morning to witness the first sunrise following the winter solstice. The crowd, comprised of Druids, pagans, and tourists from across the globe, cheered as the sun rose shortly after 8 a.m. local time. This annual tradition marks the shortest day of the year and the symbolic rebirth of the sun as daylight hours begin to lengthen in the northern hemisphere. The atmosphere at the prehistoric monument was described as jovial and peaceful, featuring traditional drumming, chanting, and Morris dancing. While thousands attended in person, English Heritage reported that more than 240,000 viewers tuned in to watch the global live stream of the celestial alignment. During winter solstice, the sun rises in a specific alignment that can be seen through the southeastern arches of the stone circle, a feat of Neolithic engineering that continues to draw spiritual seekers and historians alike. Despite the large turnout, officials noted the event passed without any significant incident. Visitors were granted rare, managed open access, allowing them to walk among the stones, a privilege typically restricted during the rest of the year. This year's attendance was nearly double that of 2024, which saw approximately 4,500 visitors, largely due to favorable weather conditions and the solstice falling on a weekend. And on Monday, December 22nd, the 173rd Fighter Wing was set to do the final taxi ceremony at Kingsley Field for its last two remaining F-15 Eagle aircraft. This event marks the definitive conclusion of the F-15 era in Southern Oregon, a mission that has spanned more than 25 years. The aircraft have served as the backbone of the wing's training operations, producing generations of air superiority pilots for the United States Air Force. Airmen, community members, and distinguished guests were expected to gather along the flight line to witness the iconic jets move under their own power for the final time. For decades, the roar of the Eagle has been a constant presence over the Klamath Basin, symbolizing the wing's role in national defense and pilot instruction. The retirement of the F-15 fleet paves the way for a major technological shift at Kingsley Field. The 173rd Fighter Wing is transitioning to the F-35 Lightning II, a fifth-generation stealth fighter. This change ensures the base remains a critical training hub for the next generation of combat-ready pilots, with the first F-35 airframes scheduled to arrive in 2026. While most of the wing's F-15s are headed to the Boneyard in Arizona or being transferred to the international allies, the unit recently celebrated a significant milestone in preserving its history. In August of 2025, the F-15C Eagle AC-114 was established was officially inducted into the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum. This specific aircraft, which boasts a historic combat record including 2 MiG kills, now serves as a permanent tribute to the excellence of the 173rd Fighter Wing and the F-15 platform. And the Klamath Falls Sunrise Rotary Club continued its heartfelt holiday tradition this past Thursday, delivering 100 teddy bears to local children. In a festive collaboration, club members joined Santa Claus for a surprise visit to the Klamath Early Childhood Intervention Program, transforming a typical school day into a celebration of joy and community spirit. For over a decade, this 100 Bears for 100 Children initiative has served as a cornerstone of the club's local outreach. The event focuses on providing a personal holiday experience for students in the ECI program, many of whom face developmental or physical challenges. Each child received a plush teddy bear directly from Santa, followed by a morning of stories and holiday cheer shared with the Rotarian volunteers. Sunrise Rotary Club is well known in the Klamath Basin for its service above self philosophy. While this event is a holiday highlight, it is part of a broader commitment to early childhood support in the region. The teddy bear tradition is funded through various club fundraisers throughout the year, ensuring that every child in the selected program receives a gift and a memory to take home. The Klamath ECI program, a branch of the Southern Oregon Educational Service District, provides essential educational and therapeutic services to children from birth to age 5. Events like the Santa visit provide these students with important social engagement opportunities in familiar and supportive environment. And let's stop into the KCTV Weather Center, shall we? Klamath County residents should prepare for a significant winter weather impact as a series of storms moves through the region during this holiday week. Forecasters are calling for up to 12 inches of snow around Crater Lake, with substantial accumulations of 5 to 7 inches expected near Willamette Pass. These impacts will be felt most heavily in the higher Cascades, specifically affecting Diamond Lake and travel along Highway 62 leading to the national park. A winter weather advisory remains in effect until 4 a.m. Monday, which it expired, for these high elevation areas. Interior proportions of the viewing area may see a brief reprieve with slightly drier conditions, though rain chances will persist along the coast. High temperatures are expected to remain cool, likely hovering in the 40s. Travelers should use this window to prepare for a more potent system arriving shortly after. The extended forecast indicates a new weather system will move into the region early Tuesday. This system is expected to bring heavy rain to Northern California before spreading northward, with the most intense precipitation likely arriving Tuesday afternoon and evening. High winds are also a concern, as a high wind watch has been issued for the Klamath Basin and the Winter Rim, where gusts could reach up to 60 miles per hour. Snow levels are projected to drop further during the second wave, potentially bringing additional snow to the Siskiyous, Cascades, and surrounding foothills. Weather activity is expected to taper off after Christmas on Friday, offering a hope for a drier weekend, though officials will continue to monitor the situation closely for any holiday travel disruptions. And it's Christmas week here, folks. We've got 2 days until our big celebration happens at the Waffle Hut. So make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube, where you will find this news every day now going forward. And make sure you log on to klamathcommunity.tv for the latest news, weather, lifestyle news, and road reports, which we have up on the channel now, including these daily stories posted, and you'll find exclusively on the KCTV news page. So for KCTV News, I'm Christopher German, and like I said, we have 2 days before Christmas Eve, and we will be at the Waffle Hut from 12 to 2 p.m. Each day, or well, just Christmas holiday, just on Christmas Eve. And, we've got about 25 different gift cards. We've got all kinds of, we've got a gift basket from People's Bank, which has just been donated today. We have a weekend up at the Clamoya Casino. We have $50 to Jay's Steakhouse. We have $100 to Pacific Crest Bank. We have all kinds of amazing gifts. And the businesses have been so generous with what they've offered us, and we are going to be handing all of those out for 2 hours only at the Waffle Hut. I've talked to Shane down there at the Waffle Hut, and he said he's going to have a table for us ready to go, and we will do our best. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a stocking, which is going to be filled with index cards, and we're going to put the numbers on the index cards. And when you pull out a number, what you'll do is you will pick your present. And that is going to be how we're going to do it. And it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. And, what I'm advocating is if your situation doesn't particularly meet up with the gift that you get, like say we have a bunch of laser tag games at World of Akai to hand out. And if that's just not your thing, if you don't have any kids around, if it's not really your thing, then hang out and trade with somebody else that might have some kids or might have an opportunity to be able to hand those things out to other people, so that and they're closing at 2 p.m. on Christmas Eve. So we're going to be there for the last 2 hours of their day, and it's going to be a festive good time. And I think we'll have some music blaring, and we'll have a lot of fun, and it's going to be a blast. And I can't encourage you all enough to join there. And on the 23rd, which is that tomorrow? That's tomorrow. Yeah. Wow. The 23rd. I'm going to turn this whole thing into a Christmassy kind of thing, and we're going to have all of the gift cards and all of the things that we're handing out are going to be right here. And it's going to be an amazingly good time. We have Zook's Barbecue up in Chiloquin is giving us a couple free meals. We have a gift card to Waffle Hut. We have, there's just so much stuff. We have so much stuff to give out. And if you're a fan of this television station and you want to come down and watch and enjoy a present, then please stop down there between 12 and 2 on Christmas Eve on Wednesday, the 24th, and you get to pull your thing out of the stocking and have a cocktail maybe, or have a libation, and enjoy the holiday with us, and we will thank you for viewing this channel. All right, that's all I have for today, folks. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you for participating in all this, and it's going to be a blast on Wednesday, so make sure you come on down, okay? I'm Christopher German in the KCTV News Center. We'll see you guys again tomorrow when this is going to become the Home Shopping Network. Yeah, it's going to be so exciting. I'm so excited about that. Okay, so we're going to shelve the news for today, and we're going to resume in the new year, presumably, or maybe at least in the last couple days of the, maybe I'll do a New Year's celebration kind of thing. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, shall we? Let's all do it together. I'm Christopher German. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. God bless, good night, and Merry Christmas, one and all.
Safe Families helps kids right here in Klamath County. And there's a way that you can join in that's fun, easy, and doesn't even cost anything. You can be a Safe Families family friend. You might take a kid to a soccer game, meet with and support a new mom, or even just rock a baby. Wow. So if you have some free time, or you're an empty nester and you're looking for a way to give back, go to heartswithamission.org and find out all about it.
Merry Christmas!
Happy New Year!
Happy holidays! Paisley!